All right. Don Jalbert here with Exhibit Associates, and welcome to this Global Entrepreneurship Week of Kansas City's best trade show event of the week, how to maximize your ROI of a trade show. Now, what's interesting about trade shows is they cost money, but it is a trade show. It is a business presentation. And the neat thing about that is if you do it right, you get an ROI. There are so many decision makers. This is a valid business development channel. And first, I want to say Happy Veterans Day. As a vet, Air Force vet, I just want to say shout out to all my fellow veterans out there. I can't go throughout this presentation without saying that. But what I want to do is just go through this real quickly. And I've never used Facebook Live before, so what I've done is set up one of our rental booths in the back here with a 86-inch screen, so that the optics may be a little interesting. I hope the sound is okay. We did a test earlier today and it worked out just fine. So I'm in the warehouse here at Exhibit Associates, and I just want to get going on this presentation. I'm going to step aside a little bit, get out of the way, and then I'm going to point to the screen behind me, and it's actually going to be a great presentation if you're into trade shows. And this works for the big monster booths, and it also works if you got a banner stand and a table throw. So and the neat part about this is we're going to go through the hacks real quick. We're going to show you examples, and then we are going to move into some budget and some do's and don'ts. And before I'll say this several times throughout the presentation, this slide deck is available on the Exhibit Associates website. Free download, no name, no email required. Just go to exhibitassociates.com/GEWKC. GEWKC, and this slide deck is there free for the download. So if you missed something on the budget or some of the information, feel free to go download it, and you're welcome to have this content. So let's get going. I love this slide. I love this because this is the worst giveaway ever. If your golf game is like mine, why would you give away a camouflage golf ball? Anyway, what's going on? But this is about trade show truths and hacks about trade shows. And again, I apologize for the lighting. With a big 86 screen behind you, it does kind of blur things out. But let's get going here. When I joined the trade show business, I thought I'd be traveling, seeing the world. Well, here's my travel and seeing the world. Here's Chicago. Here's Nashville. Here's Chicago again. Here's Denver. Here's San Antonio. This is New Orleans. And this is Kansas City. So when you're in the trade show business and behind the scenes making this stuff happen, this is what you see most of the time. And by the time you're done doing a set, you're worn out. You're not going to Bourbon Street. But let's start back here with trade show hack, because this is about business. This is about getting your business, your ROI, return on investment for your trade show investment. But let me talk about perfection and what I determine or define as perfection. And it's real easy. It's 15 minutes prior to the exhibit opening. If you've ever been to a trade show, it's 15 minutes prior, everything's laid out perfect. There's a buzz, anticipation. You know your next best customer's coming in that door. Of course, 15 minutes after opening is a little different story. But that's my idea of perfection. Trade shows have been around for a while. Actually, they've been around for thousands of years. Here's a picture from 1967. Really, if you go to a trade show, you'll see aisles like this today. Matter of fact, I was just there in Vegas a couple weeks ago, and that looks very similar. Actually, if you check out my Twitter, the Exhibit Associates Twitter feed, you'll see a picture from a couple of weeks ago that looks like that. But failure can happen. You've got to start planning. This is a great cartoon. Guy sitting in the back saying, I should have started planning earlier. This was at a trade show. I am not kidding you. I was like, this is unbelievable. So, and the number one goal here with this hacks is don't be this guy. Here he is sitting, arms crossed. Nobody's coming up and talking to this guy. Don't be this guy. There's some other examples of what not to do. So I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'm also going to tell you what not to do. So, and this all works, whether you're carrying like Ripple Glass here with their 10 and their iPad stand, or you got a double-decker with an elevator in it and staircase. This all works. You don't, it's all up to you. And what's interesting is the size of your company can be disguised through a trade show booth. Look at this little 10-foot 10-foot booth. It goes in these 2 cases, and this is part of a $15 billion company. And that's all they exhibit with. They go there, they know people know they are there, they don't need anything bigger. But we're going to focus on a 20 by 20 island. Here is a rendering, and here's the actual booth. I just want you to have an understanding that, again, it works for all different types. And this is kind of hard to see in this engagement here, but this is the engagement map. This is how you reach out to people, and we're going to come back to this over and over again. And this alone is worth the download on exhibitassociates.com/GEWKC. GEWKC. I hope everybody watching this can remember those 5 initials. Challenges. Hacks, 4 hacks, and the truths of trade shows. And how to pick a show. We're going to go through money, budgeting, savings, revenue, why they're worth it. And then talk about graphics, and then about engagement on the floor, because if you're not engaging on the floor, you're going to be losing money. I'm going to turn this just a little bit so we can get the screen and me in there and at the same time. So, trade show truth, everything matters to somebody. Logos, branding, color, the little TM, the little R, all that type of material matters to somebody. So let's just make sure that when you're responsible for a company's trade show, everything counts, and everything matters to something. And another trade show truth is deadlines matter, because that trade show is going on without you. They don't care. They'll just put another piece of carpet down. They'll extend some booths out, and then your stuff will be on a truck somewhere in Ohio, and your show's in Detroit, and there's nothing you can do about it. Hacks to maximize your ROI. This is real simple. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I appreciate everybody here who's joined us today, so I'm going to go through this real quickly. 1, tell people you are going. We're going to go into detail about that. Remember that engagement map, we're going to talk about that. 2, exhibit with a plan, share the plan. So there's a lot of details on a trade show, not on a trade show house, but on my customer's side. Who's ordering the hotels? And there's a lot of fun stuff with that. Follow up, and speed wins. Speed wins, speed wins, speed wins. Think of it as a NASCAR race. Speed wins. Stand out in a good way. And we're going to talk about gimmicks and activity and engagement and standing out. And no, it doesn't mean spending money with exhibit associates. These are things you do, not stuff you work with us on. This is something as a solopreneur, a small startup company, what you have to be doing in order to make sure that people know that you're at this trade show, and how to maximize the investment of time, money in that trade show. Because let's face it, if you're going to do a trade show, and we're doing a trade show right now for a customer, we're managing it for them in New York City, and it's an exhibitor in New York City. They sent people there. They're either going to go to that trade show or engage with business people in other ways. So they've got to make that money worth it to them. So these hacks, all 4 of them, tell people, exhibit with a plan, follow up, and stand out on what we need to be doing as a exhibitor without your exhibitors. Okay, so if you can tell, I'm in the warehouse. There's work going on. We're building trade show booths. I don't think the forklift's going to be running anytime soon, but I just want you to realize there's background noise and things are working. We are working here. All right, number 1, tell people you're going. This is really direct action, website, social media. And social media really is important. Direct action. You have a sales team, right? Whether it's you, whether it's your partner, someone's got to say, hey, we're going to be there. Hey, we're going to be there. Hey, we're going to be there. And you know what's neat is the why they need to attend is on the website of the trade show or the industry that is hosting the trade show. The why is already there. And then you want something new. Everybody wants something new. New is so important. Whether it's a new product upgrades, new service, new people. Come meet our new VP of engineering that we just poached from XYZ. And limit this direct action, because you can't boil the ocean here. You want targeted engagement. You want your current customers, and you want future potential customers. So you want to protect your existing customers, because tell me your competitors are doing this. They're engaging with your competitor, with your customers. So you want to protect, and then you want to plunder. So protect and plunder. You need to go through your entire Rolodex and figure out what is, and let them know that you're going to be at this show. So anyway, so direct action, very important. How come this is not moving? Email campaign. This is so important. Email, spam out to people. And yeah, I know I said spam, but start 6 months. Let them, hey, wow, they're going to that trade show. They're going to the SHOT Show. They're gonna go to World of Concrete, whatever the case may be. Let them know ahead. 6 months. You got to start thinking about this. Phone calls. You have a sales team, or you are the sales team. Get to work. Invite them there. Engage, because these are decision makers that go. If the trade show is in San Diego, your customer is not sending an intern to San Diego. So make sure that is all going well. So direct action, very important. Website, update it. Have a website page, drive people there. Just create like Exhibit Associates /GEWKC. Go to that. I made it specifically for this event. Do that on your website specifically for that event and drive people to it. But if you notice, I don't have a menu option. Someone who is not part of this event or part of the GEWKC environment cannot get to that page unless they know it exists, because you have to type it in the URL. So you, again, here I say use the keywords. Mimic the direct mail piece that you sent out. Keywords from the trade show website. Link to the trade show website. Let the trade show and the organization hosting the trade show do some of the selling for you. Again, you're telling people, this is a first hack, you're telling people you're going. This is so important. That's basic information. Trade show name, booth, state, city, statewide, all that good stuff. Broadcast everywhere. Hit all the channels. Twitter is number one. Actually, on the Exhibit Associates website, if you go /Twitter, you're going to see a game plan laid out of what you need to do for Twitter. So I'm not going to dwell on that. Go to exhibitassociates.com/Twitter, and you'll see that game plan as well. And also, this is the material. This is the part of the PDF. You'll get all this. So just go there and download it. And here's the map. And this map is key. We call it trade show engagement. This is everything from email, direct mail. Maybe you set up a microsite or a page off your main website, and you do direct mail and email, phone calls, hammer it. Tell people you're going, get them to your booth. Twitter is your friend. Show handle and hashtag. Every show has a Twitter handle and a hashtag. Organizations have a handle and a hashtag. Your product should have a hashtag. Your company should have a hashtag. Your brand, our business is the Exhibit Associates hashtag. Your brand, our business is an example. But social media is unpredictable. And look right here, it's exhibitassociates.com/Twitter. That has everything about Twitter. But social media is unpredictable. I'll show you why. This is an extremely popular tweet. Elmo and the Count Dracula go to Union Station. I took a screenshot, and they're a great customer of ours, Union Station here at Kansas City. I just put in that, got a lot of love. It has nothing to do with trade shows. Nothing to do with trade shows. And then when I did this event like this a while ago, about 2 years ago, I put Lily. We all work for Lily. Look for that hashtag. We all look for Lily. And this was a very most popular tweet about this event running up to the event. Thank you, Lily. Back to trade show truths. We're transitioning to another hack, but I want to do some trade show truth. HDMI cords, never long enough. Not a good thing. If you're on a floor like Bartle Hall or McCormick Place, you're always in the way of forklifts. They're everywhere. They're going everywhere, and you're in the way until you need one, and you can't find one. It's kind of fun. Hope you're staying here with me. Hack one, tell people, and then exhibit with a plan. Look, an exhibit house will get your booth there, get it all set up and everything like that, but you need people. That's what this is about. And it's about the solopreneurs who are carrying the banner stands and the portables and the black cases and setting the 10-foot booth pop-ups up and doing it, because if you don't want to say, where's Bob? And I thought you were bringing the marketing material. Exhibit with a plan. Look at this. 2 guys in a booth in the corner having lunch at the same time. totally unapproachable. No one's coming here. This is not a winning formula, winning strategy for your trade show booth. All right, so exhibit with a plan. Pre-work, trade show schedule, staff requirements, booth schedule, social media. Let's go. Pre-work. Who are you meeting with and when? You got a sales team, you're working it. Hey, going to the trade show? Great, let's meet at 10 o'clock on Monday. Hey, let's meet at 11 o'clock on Monday. Hey, let's meet at 3 o'clock on Thursday. Hey, drinks Sunday night. Hey, you're going to play golf? Let's go. The results should be appointments during the show. You should have a list of set appointments and getting ready for that customer, because your digital assets may have to be adjusted for that customer. Or you may want to bring out, make sure you have that proposal, hard copy proposal or thumb drive ready for that prospective client or the current client. Again, prospective, you are plundering. Current, you are protecting. Call both. This is the worst part. Logistics on the booth, flights, hotels. Who's taking it? Who's going to take the booth with you? Or is there going to be a preview at the exhibit house? Who's taking the marker material? Nail it all down. This is what you don't want to say. Oh, I thought you were bringing the banner stand. That simple. If you have two people, the chances are it can be messed up. So make sure that you don't miss it. So it is what it is. All right. Again, exhibit with a plan. Pre-work. I want to go back into the pre-work. Call your customers. Call your prospective customers. Keep doing it. Your teamwork. The results should be firm appointments during the show. Oh, I went backwards. Staff. Who is responsible for what? Who's getting the promotional products, pens? Who's the subject matter experts on products? Someone comes in asking about show services, you need to talk to Mike. Someone comes in and talk about design, you need to talk to Jessica. Someone talks about the business aspect of it, you need to talk to Don. I mean, make sure when you're at a trade show and a client shows up, what is the script? Hi, welcome to Exhibit Associates. We do trade show booths, corporate displays, and museum exhibits. How can I help you today? And they're going to say, well, what do you do? Where are you located at? What's going on? And oh, how's your design work? Oh, come over here and talk to Jessica. I mean, make sure you have that. And you know what? Mike Tyson has a great saying. Everybody has a plan and they get punched in the face. Client's going to come in and throw loops at you. If you don't practice, you're not going to be prepared, and you're not going to know what to do. So this is a very important page. If you want to go through it in detail, go to the PDF on /GWKC on our website and download the thing. I don't want to. This is kind of important. Who's going to be there on the opening? Schedule everybody. Make sure everybody knows when they're going to do it. It's not that hard. Do it in Excel. Just draw maps. You can hand draw it. Networking events. This is so important because this is where your customer is going to be going. Go to the network events. If you're setting up the booth, literally, if you're setting up the booth on Sunday afternoon, there's a networking event, you're losing. I hate to tell you that. This is not a party. I can't say enough. This is not a party. You are there to work. You are there to capture business. One new customer can make a difference in 2022 if you have a trade show going on right now. Sorry, I know I'm scatterbrained. I'm glad I got the presentation. Schedule competitors review walks. So competitors on the other side of the show hall, hey, you and me, we're going to go there and take a look and see what they're offering. Yeah, they know you're going to check you out, but go check it out, see what they got. You should know who your competitors are. You should know their revenue size. If you have a competitor who is 10 times the size of yours and the booths are the same, what's wrong with that? Did you spend too much, or do they just not use trade shows as a valid business development channel? A lot of aspects on that. Call me, we can talk forever on that. The rules, exhibit with a plan. This is where your trade show manager, when you are laying out the rules, this is what you say. No food, no sitting around talking about the Royals and Chiefs. So like those two guys sitting in the booth, they're having lunch, who knows what they're talking about. They're not talking, they're not engaging. Be present all the way to the end. The last second of a show, your next best customer could walk in. Chances are, no. But if you're breaking down early and you're folding up and you're not breaking down but you're putting everything away and you only get one person there, you know what? They're not going to approach you. Be ready. The game is over when the game is over. I mean, the Patriots won a Super Bowl against the Seattle Seahawks on one of the last plays of the game, on an interception. They were playing all the way to the end. Sorry for you Patriots haters out there. Also have power. People will come in and plug in and talk. That's really good. And again, no food, and repeat. Have the client process mapped out. If they're design, they go to Jessica. If they're services, they go to Mike. If it's overall program development, they come to Don. Whatever the case may be, and just lay it out that way. So it's absolutely very important, because you don't want this to happen. Look at this. Look at this. Nobody's there. The show has been open for an hour, and nobody's there. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. There could be a lot of reasons for this, but it's unacceptable. So, anyway, again, because we don't want this to happen. Where's Bob? I thought you were bringing the marketing materials. Oh, I got to be there at 10 o'clock? Oh, did you bring the shirts? I don't have the shirts. You have the shirts? I don't have the shirts. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on. And if you have a big booth like that 20 by 20 island, the closest hanging sign to you is bigger than yours. This always seems to happen. And I feel so sorry for my clients when they do that. It's sad. Anyway. All right, here's the number one thing. If you're not going to do this, don't exhibit. Let me say that again. If you are not going to do this, don't exhibit. Follow up and speed wins. So this is going to be important. When you get the list of leads, don't even think about it. Just do it. Don't sit there looking at the phone like Mr. Draper here. Just go and pick up the phone and do it. You got leads, direct mail, marketing, emails, appointments. Hit them hard. Get that appointment. Set the appointment on the show floor. That's all I got to say. Direct mail, again, bottom half of that map, the engagement map. Leads, one person's got to keep them all, make sure it's all good. Direct mail. My gosh, develop the email for day one of the show of the people who came in, and send them an offer they can't refuse. That's a great way to generate an ROI to get business out of the trade show. Give them a severe, significant discount for being at the trade show. That's only valid if they sign within a week of the trade show. The other side of that is double the commissions to your sales team and watch them close off the trade show floor. Appointments, your team worked, didn't they? Anyway, I know I'm going real fast. I don't have any input. I see that I got a question. The deck is on Exhibit Associates. I'll do it at the end. Exhibit Associates, GEWKC / GEWKC, and download the deck. So, and I'm sorry, this Facebook Live is kind of new for me. So, all right. So we talked about telling people. We talked about exhibiting with a plan. We talked about the follow-up. You also got to stand out in a good way. Not a bad way, a good way. And at the end, the last slide, I'll get through this real quick. I apologize. The booth look and represent, current graphics, colors, lights, height, interaction. Everything's good. Everything matches. You don't have an old logo. You don't have an old value statement. We have a lot of clients who are doing post-COVID messaging in their graphics, so we're doing a lot of graphic updates. So charging stations, power is always good, and no gimmicks. Please, no gimmicks. Stop the gimmicks. I don't want to see another putting surface. I don't want to see something where I've got to play whack-a-mole with a video game. Don't do gimmicks. They're not any good. If your number one client comes by and he's responsible for 40% of your revenue, and he doesn't do the game right, are you not going to give him the $2 swag item? And chances are he's not going to do it anyway, but don't take that risk. If it's gimmicks activity, I will beat this into my customers. Don't. The only activity should be interaction with your product, and I cannot tell you no theater presentations. You have 10 chairs, 8 chairs, 4 chairs, 12 chairs, and no one's sitting there. No one's going to sit there. No one's going to come up and sit there and be the only person in the presentation, because they want to be able to leave. That's one thing. That's a little secret about trade shows. They want to look at a friendly booth, friendly smiles, but they want to make sure they can't get trapped. They want an easy out. And the only thing you should do that's cute and gimmicky is if your buyer is 12 years old. That's it. Again, don't do gimmicks. And I got examples of 2 gimmicks here. Putting, leave the putting at home. Leave it at home. And then the other one is this bald eagle. This was at a trade show. This is out of my phone. Actually, both these pictures are from my phone. Great. I can't tell you the name of the company that did it, but wow, that bird was majestic. It was incredible. Not their logo, not on brand, had nothing to do with the show. Don't do it. It's a waste of time and money. And the putting surfaces, keep it home. Just keep it home, please. It's just not good. And I'm looking at questions again. And yes, that you can go to GWKC. You should download nice and easy. And appreciate the veterans out there. So this is really good. Also, Twitter has some information. I think our blog also has some information about the Twitter content. Stand out, people. This is your number one asset, number one liability. Subject matter experts always look approachable. Branding, shirts, everybody having the same shirt. Literally, I should have an Exhibit Associates logo shirt on, but it's Veterans Day, so, and I think I mentioned it like 20 times, and my logo is on every slide, so who cares? Branding, shirts, same color sneakers are always good. Your team will love you. Get colored sneakers that match one of your colors of your brand or is off your brand, opposite. Stand out. Your team will love you. Promotional products that make sense. Target your ideal buyer. We had a software company selling to medical office managers, primarily a female audience. Their giveaway was tied to a female audience. Yes, that's possible. That's absolutely possible. And I can't say this also, if you're selling something and you want people to buy, don't give them a cheap pen. No cheap pens. Because all they're going to see is a logo, they're going to use it once or twice, and they're going to end up throwing it away, and it's just wasted. It's probably the second worst giveaway is a cheap pen. If you want to learn more about promotional products, we can tell you who to go to. We don't do them, but we have some great partners. Okay, standing out. If you are presenting a new product, that's got to be the centerpiece. So if you provide all services and you get 100 products and you get all these SKUs and you get all this capability, but you're rolling some down that's really cool, make that the center. Put it in the center of the table. Make sure everybody sees it. Again, make it the centerpiece. It doesn't have to be something like this, but make it the centerpiece. But if you're one of those companies that has a lot of products and services, subdivide your booth. Here's services, here's design, here's program. Break it up. I know fabrication. You got to talk to Joe if you want to talk about fabrication. We would break our booth into 4 different components, or 3 different components, depending on 3 different components, depending on if we're going to do it by trade show booths, corporate displays, and museum exhibits, or we're going to do it by design, fabrication, services, and program. So, how are you going to break up your booth? And this is a great example of how to break up your booth. And floor plan needs to follow function. What are you planning to do? And if you are planning to engage at a certain level you're protecting, your primary role is to protect. You want to sit down, you want to talk, you want to make them comfortable, you want to keep them there. Because if you keep a current customer there for a half an hour and they're happy and they sign up again and again and again, isn't that worth it? You might be able to do this with a new customer, but that's kind of tough, so that's to get them to trust you like that. So again, here's one where maybe the new customer comes in. If you're really about new customers, you can do a current customer here as well. They will not be insulted. And you're talking about product knowledge. You got a person at the front, person in the back, and they're talking, and it's a little more broken away. It's only 10 by 10 booth, and so there's different ways to slice that up. And then at the end of the show, everybody loves it at the end of the show. If you think it's chaos during setup, wait till the end of the show. And the first crate you need to start it all down and put it all away will be the last one to arrive. Just remember that. And then the rule number 1, this is why you need to get someone to set the booth and break down the booth for you. The closer your scheduled flight to the end of the show, the longer it will take to get your crates back. So if you've got a portable and they're great, and you break down your back wall, you take the graphic off the case, and you put it in, you wheel it out, you put it in the back seat of your car, and off you go to the airport. Great. But if you gotta wait for a crate, plan to stay another night. It's just wise thing. So, a lot of hacks there, 4 hacks. I should summarize the hacks. Show up, which is key. Show up, tell people you're going. Twitter is your friend. Twitter is your friend. Direct mail, sales team's got to hit it. So tell people you're going. Exhibit with a plan. Who's going to be there? Who's bringing what? That's so important. Nail all that down. I'm working with a client right now on a March show and nailing it all down. And then the other aspect of this is you got to follow up. If you don't follow up, don't go. It's that simple. Let's see if I can turn it. Not bad. Lighting edit. So a lot of good stuff here. Follow up is key, and then stand out. When you stand out good, everything looks professional, everything looks clean, everything is good to go. I'll go back to NASCAR. Look at the winning pit crews. They all have the same uniform. They all know what they're doing. If you've ever seen a pit stop, they change 4 tires and put in 32 gallons of gas in 13 seconds. Trust me, that's a team, and they're all branded. Show selection. This is a lot of detail on show selection. I'm going to go through this real quick. Where are your competitors competing? Is it big show, small show? If you're a member of an association, what do they promote? And maybe you should be part of that association in their events. Density is real good. Big show, lots of people, good. Big show, nobody shows, not good. Small show, decision makers only, great. My best example is Major League Baseball has a winter meeting. General public, relevant exhibitors only, and all decision makers. Potential, this is the math, go download it. Don't set your own booth. If you have anything bigger than a pop-up 10 by 10, don't set your own booth, let someone else do it. I can run the numbers for you, and actually I should put that up on the website as well. Maybe I will do another hidden page, because look at here, if you got a trade show and you got lunch, reception, and all this stuff going on, and you got this lunch and reception and lunch that you can go to, but you are doing your setup, you've lost networking opportunities that your competitor is going after your customers with. So money, savings, revenue. Savings, I talk about savings because there's so many decision makers at a trade show. Your CAC is unbelievable, and basically I can show you the math. If you reach out to me, I'll show you the math on CAC and LTV. Well, LTV is on you, but the CAC of a trade show, you tell me how much you're going to spend, you tell me how many meetings you're going to have, I can kind of break out what the CAC is going to be, your customer acquisition cost on a trade show, which is very important. I'm building out your ROI, because this is about money, not in the budget. Trade show booths are not inexpensive. Trade shows are not inexpensive. But if you look at this one example, if someone spends $100,000 the first year, and I know that can be a large number or small number, kind of $100,000 makes math easier, and $30,000 is the booth. That's 30% of your first year budget. But what happens is you have that booth for a long time. We have a booth that's been here for 12 years. The customer still uses it. So if you look at the end, and that $30,000, that was 30%. Well, at the end, it isn't 30%. It's 8% of the overall budget. And again, this is all in the download, GWKC. Let me get to that because I want to finish this up. It's real inexpensive. Graphics, death by PowerPoint. Please, graphics are not an oversized brochure. Less is more. Anything greater than 10 steps. I say that because when someone's walking by your booth, you get 10 steps to get them. Otherwise, they're going to go and may circle around again. Graphics are not a font fetish. 1 or 2 only. Do not go nuts. And graphics are not letting your cousin's kid do the work. Get them done professionally. You'll regret it. Less is more. Less is more. Less is more. And also be worried about graphics. So if you backlight something, that's going to look different than if it's just sitting there flat on a piece of fabric or plex. Less is more. Did I mention less is more on graphics? I'll show you what I mean. Okay, engage there. Good luck. Okay, sales team start engaging. And then on this one, look at that. First question I would have is, man, I know the company well, What does Burns and McDonald do? I'm glad you asked. Engineering firm. We specialize in water, whatever they specialize in. Power. They do a lot. Actually, they do a lot. So graphics are not death by PowerPoint. I cannot stress that enough. All right, engagement on the floor. Ready? What not to do. On your phone, you lost. Eating a sandwich, you lost. Breaking down early, you lost. Not attending the networking events, no takeaways, no game plan, no schedule, you lost. This is business, folks. You're there to get business. You want to have fun, you want to do everything. But really, you got to be hawking. You got to be looking. You got to be looking at name tags. I did that at a trade show, and it turned out it was a potential new customer of mine. I didn't even know they were going to be at the trade show. And boom, now we're engaged. Always face the aisle. Always have something to be nice, fresh breath. Go to Subway, eat whatever you want, have a breath mint afterwards, and comfortable shoes. Otherwise, by day 2, you'll be sitting there going, ow, ow, and I'm lifting my feet up, not that you can see it. So, and then engagement. Believe it or not, attendees are there. They want to learn. Companies don't send interns. They're not sending an intern to San Diego or Vegas or Orlando. This is an investment firm. They will look for ways to engage, as I mentioned before, a way to exit. And there's no magic to giveaways. Just don't go cheap. So, a lot going on here, and back to the worst giveaway ever. Do not buy a camouflage golf ball. My golf game, I don't know about your golf game, my golf game does not need this kind of help. And then, don't be these guys, 2 guys, same company, eating food in the booth. Nobody stopping to talk to them. And there were people around. It took a while to get this photo. And then don't be this guy as well. So I covered a lot. I don't know if there's any questions, but I'm going to leave that up right there. GWKC, exhibitassociates.com, GWKC. That is where this slide deck lives. Of course, there's my email. I'm not going to not have my email on there. There's a lot to this. I'm going down to the comments. Chrissy, yes, I would say that you're right. You've got to have coverage for the meals and the breaks. You got to work those into the schedule. Definitely lunch. There's always going to be someone has to go to the restroom. There's always that something is always going to happen. You're going to get a phone. Everybody has their phone on them all the time. I don't want you looking at Instagram. If someone walks by with a logo shirt on, go on LinkedIn and find that company and find that person is perfectly acceptable. So this is not to be evil, so to speak. It's not to be just a hard ass about it, but you don't want to be playing YouTube videos of the highlights or lowlights of the Chiefs' last game. It just doesn't work out. It's not good. So yes, everybody's going to check their phone. Everyone's going to check for emails. Everyone's get a call from the husband, the wife. It's going to happen. So it is what it is. So again, I think it's still up there, GWKC. If you have any questions for me, feel free to throw it in the comment section right now. We're at 40 minutes. And any questions? I thought this would be interactive. I should have done a Zoom meeting. Somehow I thought we had to do Facebook Live, so my apologies. I would prefer a Zoom meeting. It's more functionality, but Facebook Live is Facebook Live. So, any questions? Going once. Again, I will say exhibitassociates.com, GWKC. Please go to the website, download it. It will be worth it. It's a whole slide deck, non-editing. And actually what's really interesting is some of the slides I did there. You'll see how I did the presentation and what's going on behind the scenes. But again, my name is Don Jalbert. I'm with Exhibit Associates. We've only been doing trade shows for about 43 years. And we are finishing this. And if anybody has seen Harvey in this video, give me a shout out by email, because you know who I'm talking about. So if you don't, you gotta get on my social media. You gotta get on Exhibit Associates social media and track down Harvey. Anyway, I'm gonna look one more time, see if I got any questions. Chrissy, thank you for engaging. And I am going to call that the show. We're at 42 minutes. I'll give you 3 minutes back of your life. Thank you for playing along, those who have joined us. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And please go to GWKC on our website and download that PDF. Again, there's no menu option. You can't get there without typing that URL at the end /GWKC. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for KC Sourceling for putting this together. Thank you to all the entrepreneurs out there. This has been an amazing week so far. We've got one more day left, so try and get the most out of it. There's a lot to learn, a lot of great experience in this, and I will talk to you later, I hope.